morning and welcome to Rafi Dawn. My name is Cynthia Agbo. It is a beautiful, perfect Monday morning. You kind of bad eyes on. You want to spoil my intro?
No, I do not have intentions of doing that. I'm just really elated at your vivaciousness.
Huh?
Yes. I
Like
think
I was saying
it is
before I
quite
was rudely
infectious.
interrupted.
You invited me to interrupt
I did
you.
not invite you. I
I,
don't ever invite you.
I
You
was
just
simply
jam in.
admiring, your look this morning and paying attention to the beautiful things that you were saying.
Anyway, like I was saying before, I was once again rudely interrupted. It is a Monday morning. It is our motivational Monday. My name is Cynthia Agbo, in case you forgot. Now, we are available on all social media platforms for you to join us in everything that we are going to be doing, and we're still doing on the station. But it's a beautiful morning, and it's our motivational Monday. So we prepared a whole lineup of things for you, and I think it's best to start with our opening song. We prepared a special opening song this morning for you. This is a reminder for you to smile. We'll be right back. All right, so that is to get your morning started and prepare you for a beautiful day ahead because it's Monday and you have to start in the best of forms. I think
Absolutely.
I am done here. It's your turn.
Mi loco. So I saw a very funny meme over the weekend. So it's a question from the interviewer to the interviewee. So what makes you think that you're the best person for the role? Guess what his answer was?
It's my turn.
Exactly. Yeah.
Go
So,
and tell your interviewer like that. You will tell them if now you they fund the company.
well, such kind of statements you can make in faith, and today is
Ah,
a good day to walk in faith. It's the first working day of the week. And by the way, how many of you are at work this morning, or
none.
has the planned industrial action already started at your end? Well, we wish there was a way for you to give us a feedback on that. But then again, you can always link up with us on our Facebook, on our Instagram, and our YouTube pages as well, at Official Rapid TV.
Okay. Of course, you can let us know what it's like right there on your in your end if you're going to work, if it is a no work day. I mean, for you, if you are obeying 100%. I know that the petroleum guys joined. They sent their memo yesterday, a circular rather yesterday, indicating their interest to join. And so yeah, I just hope I really this is really not going to be funny. But then let's see how many more are going to be joining the strike.
Yeah, a couple of unions sent out very strong worded statements ahead of, what they had already planned. We do not know if there's going to be an intervention to say, oh, okay, you guys, calm down, everybody, calm down. We have heard you, We'll pay the money,
Pay which money exactly?
I mean,
494.
494,000. I mean, that is what NLC believes to be fair. But then again, how realizable is it? How sustainable is it? How many private firms pay even up to half that amount?
Well, now that you are home, it's a good time for me to ask you, when was the last time you changed your toothbrush?
Oh, yes.
Health and wellness comes next. All right, that was brushing your teeth, and I'm definitely sure that Ugochukwu heard that well.
I don't know what you intend to insinuate by that.
No. I mean, like, I know you want to expatiate.
Expatiate on what? I'm not the dental. I'm not the dentist. Yeah.
Ugochukwu expatiate now, no. Now I'm giving you opportunity to expatiate. You don't want to expatiate.
I think it is.
Before Ugochukwu will now write me and tell me, the type of bad breath I just. Brush your
I
teeth.
think it was self-explanatory, yeah? So you want to brush in such a way that you take out all the things that need to be taken out. And of course, we cannot overemphasize changing your toothbrush as often as you should. This is the 6th month of the year. Some of you are using the toothbrush of 2023. And I mean, I don't know what to tell you, really. Yeah, this when you make your prayers and you say, God, change my story. These are some of the things that will prepare you for your next level. Start with your brush. Let me not even get started on your inner wears and stuff. Like
Yeah.
it is what it is. But just manage this one for today. We definitely have more to share with you in the coming days.
Okay. What else do we have?
I think it's time for us to look at what we have on fashion today. I mean, even though you may not be going out, but I think it's a great time to be as fashionable as you can.
Okay. Very important to be fashionable. But let's start with the matching fits. How to match. If you want to do matching, do it matching well. Let's check out this matching fits.
Money good, though. Money good.
Why does it have to be all about money? Come
Just
on.
try and have money.
It's not, I mean, you could get the most basic things. Like you don't have to wear this type of dress, but it's about knowing how to combine what you have.
Okay, still have money.
Do you know that you can use 5,000 naira to get great matching fit?
Okay.
If you go to OK,
So are you using 5,000 out of the 1 million you have, or you are using 5,000 because 5,000 is the only thing you have?
maybe when they increase the minimum wage, we'll increase it to
You
15,000.
see, these are the issues. You cannot be telling a Nigerian worker that it's earning how much, 35,000 or even less than that, to go and be doing matching outfits.
Oh well, it's all about what rocks your boat. It mustn't be every day. You could try it out. It could be for a special occasion. It could be for something, and you just okay. There's this video I watched on Rapid and matching outfit. Let's see. So you know how to
I mean, it's
combine your
usually
colors.
beautiful when you see partners appear in matching outfits. It's always delightful to see. And then when the matching outfits match with some great vibe and energy between them. So it's not just the partners rocking matching outfits, but I mean, you look at the chemistry and it's special. It's so
What's
delish.
this?
Special now.
Okay.
Yes. So, anyways, it's just really beautiful to see.
All right. Let's now check out what we have on the runway. All right, welcome back. That is on the runway right there, and I think good outfit.
Absolutely. And did you see the hats too? Looked lovely.
The hat. The hat.
The hats. Literally had to do a gesture for it. The hats. It goes. Yeah.
I saw them. They were all beautiful. Absolutely nice. I like them. I like them actually. Not the clothes you wear every day regularly, but very nice.
Absolutely.
What?
I'm just looking at you
Why are you looking at me?
because we're here together.
Okay, what next?
Well, it's time for us to learn new words on the show this morning. Let's see what new words we have. Okay, here goes the first word, frisson. It means a sudden, intense feeling of excitement, shudder, shiver, or thrill, often experienced in moments of romantic connection. I can imagine it's not everyone who can relate. But if you can, congratulations. If you can, you are so, so lucky. You are among the very few in the over 7 billion people on earth to have experienced the frisson. So, have you ever experienced the frisson?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
Okay. Well, let's see what the second
Have
word
you?
is. I prefer not to speak.
Have you?
I prefer not to comment on that.
Okay. All
Yes.
right,
The
moving.
second word, this is MAKIA, Makia, and it says energy flows where attention goes. The power of your thoughts and how they create your reality. Thoughts, positive or negative, create feelings that creates energy, and this energy creates your reality. So this is basically a word about energy, energy flows, I guess. So
So how do you use it in a sentence?
um, you have a good makia. Yeah. Oh, there's incredible makia in this atmosphere. Yeah.
Really? Okay. At least you guys have learned new words this morning. Something that you could read about afterwards, and you could also see how you can use it. You can add it to your everyday vocabulary. I mean, they're not so difficult.
So earlier on Friday, before we ended the show, I mean, there was a whole lot of conversation, especially after the national anthem was changed from Arise, O Compatriots to Nigeria. We held of course, you know all of the reactions that trailed that development. A lot of people asking questions regarding the relevance of that development. Because, I mean, we are dealing with quite a lot as a nation. And for that to have received the kind of attention that it did and speedy passage by the National Assembly and the executive as well, a lot of us, were wondering, okay, does it mean if government really puts their mind to do a thing, they can actually do it? And then a lot of people were not comfortable with it. Obi Ezekwesili said she wasn't going to sing. We had that conversation where we said, I mean, that is something that represents a national image, a national symbol, and it should be accorded the respect and the honor that he deserves. But guess what? Obi Ezekwesili is not the only one who said she wasn't going to sing or who is not in solidarity with the new national anthem. Human rights activist Aisha Yusufu this time not only expressed her displeasure or the fact that, oh, she wasn't even going to sing, she was sitting at a function where the national anthem was being sung or recited. And, well, let's see what she had to say about her actions at that function.
Talking about the new and the old national anthem, what do you think?
Oh, as far as I'm concerned, there's no new and old national anthem. There's only one Arise in Compatriots, and that's what I'm standing. And Aisha, is put if I'm at any occasion and they ask me to stand up for the national anthem, I'm going to stand up for the national anthem. But if they start playing that, whatever they hailed it, I'm sitting down, I'm picking my phone, I'm not going to stand there because for me, that's an obnoxious law. And the National Assembly have things that they need to focus on. If they are not ashamed of themselves, we, the citizens of Nigeria, are ashamed on their behalf. And that's not what they should be focused on. And right now, we have companies that are leaving Nigeria. We're losing a lot. Our GDP is going down. There's no security of lives and properties. And, adults who are supposed to be adults sat down in one place and they say they want to take themselves back to Nigeria. They hailed you because I don't know who is hailing that be. And we have a national anthem that was done by a Nigerian. And they want to subjugate us to what was brought in by the colonial rulers were trying to get away. No, heck no. There's one that, as far as there's one national anthem. Arise.
Okay, there you have it.
Ah.
Talk about this one is not being stubborn. This is strong head, you know. Um,
Well, did she make a point? Yes. Everything she have said is actually correct. Like, you need to see the number of companies that are leaving Nigeria. In fact, just on Friday, one of my friends in one of the companies was telling me that their company will soon be leaving Nigeria. And this company, I mean, if there's hardly a family that have babies that haven't used their product. Okay, so you might want to say, don't we have other baby brands in still in Nigeria? Yes, you might want to say that. But then when you have some of the major brands that you're used to living because of either low patronage or low production or low it's ease of doing business is just terrible, factors of production abysmal, um, and what we are doing is the national anthem. Yes, everything she said is correct. But then again, I do not think that it is appropriate of her to have sat down. I understand she's an activist. I mean, Aisha Yusufu is one woman that we respect, right? Especially in her role in the 2020
and SAS movement.
NSAS protests. She has always been vocal when it comes to certain things, like really, really vocal. But I do think that sitting down, why? I mean, in a public function where the national anthem, it's not a good look. If we have to be very honest, it's not really a good look. Did you drive home your point? Yes, she did. But then again, how many times would you sit down? Because the truth is, this anthem is here to stay. I do not see I do not see the national anthem, the National Assembly coming back to say, "Oh, we are taking the national anthem back." I really don't, especially when we have several videos of Mr. President in the past saying that changing the national anthem is a priority to him. In fact, there was a statement over the weekend, the president explaining why there was need for the national anthem to be changed. I'm not sure we have that video right now. So he gave his explanation. So if you look at everything, I'm not seeing a possibility of these men coming back to sit down and say we are going back to change the national anthem. If they do that, for someone like me, I'm gonna ask myself, are these people that less busy? Or is it that there are no other important things for us to move on to? This has happened. Can we move on to the next thing? Since we are in the business of signing things sharp, sharp, can we move to the next thing you're going to sign? I feel like that's just it.
Well, a lot of people did raise their concern when it had passed first reading at the floor of the Senate. And even before the Senate gave their approval for that, a lot of people were like, why not make this open to public opinion? Let's even gauge what the expectations of our people are in with regards to this national anthem change. Because the truth of the matter, like everyone has been saying, this is not, it's not even a thing in the list of what are the problems that we face as a nation. If you begin to list them one after the other, I'm sure it's going to be like number 900 and something. I mean, have we finished addressing all of the myriads of challenges that are bedeviling us as a nation? And this action from Aisha Yusufu, not surprising at all. She's always been vocal about some of the things that she's not comfortable with when it comes to governance and some of the policies that government has been making. I think she is right in calling out the bluff of the government. I think there should be more reactions and more discussions around it. But then again, like you said, disrespecting and dishonoring a national symbol, it's not something that should be condoned. I mean, she has people that respect her views, that would even follow her. She has a very strong followership online and offline. And imagine the number of people who now feel it's okay to sit down when the national anthem is being recited. And again, what are the legal implications of this? Maybe she has read what the provisions of the law are regarding this. I wish we knew, or if it could be made public, that, oh, these are the consequences or the implications of behaving in such a manner when the national anthem is being recited. If you are planning on doing something like this, I would advise against such. And even if you have to, please learn what the consequences are. If you can afford the fines that might need to be paid if you're found culpable of an offense like that. In all that we do, love and light.
Okay, that's good. All right, let's get motivated this beautiful morning. It's our motivational Monday. Let's have this motivation.
All right. Inspired, motivated, all the words that you can find for how that clip made me to feel. And a couple of minutes before we hit top of the hour this morning. And I mean, quite a lot of interesting events over the weekend. Did you watch the Champions League final?
No.
Why is that? It was the biggest football event. I mean, apart from the World Cup final, yes, the Champions League final has to be top on the list of any football loving person. And I know you're not a hater of the game.
What if I don't like it as much, except when Man U is playing? I decide when to love football.
Oh my God! That's why I said you're not a hater, as it were. So something as prestigious as a Champions League final, I believe,
Was
should.
Man U there? Then I don't know about it.
Well, that tells you how much of a flop that Man U is.
Oga,
If
where's your Chelsea?
if in
Where's
the
your Arsenal?
in the scheme of things,
All
in the
this mouth is you have mouth when it comes to Man U, but Chelsea that did not have one thing this season.
in the final of the finest football events in
Oga,
history,
answer my question. One thing Chelsea did not have,
anyone who is not there
but was Chelsea there?
shouldn't be rated.
Was Chelsea there?
It's not about Chelsea.
Did Chelsea win anything?
It's not about Chelsea.
Even plastic cup, did they?
I mean, look at the likes of PSG, Bayern Munich. They
See,
tried their best.
Stop,
They tried their best to be at the final.
stop deflecting.
So if these
Did
people who
Chelsea
are,
win even small cup,
You know,
small drinking cup? Did they?
these guys who are like legends, who are like the big boys, they
Up
did not
next
come.
is
To,
sports,
they did
ladies
not,
and
They did not come
gentlemen.
to the party.
It's time
I don't
for
see any
sports.
reason why you should berate Chelsea. By the way, our boys are in New York at the moment. We're getting ready for our match against South Africa. It's supposed to be a big one. It's a very important one for us. So, yeah, we'll talk about all of that and so many more on the show this morning. Competition 6 times in the last 11 seasons. However, not for the first time in that run, they had to rely on some good fortune as underdogs. Dortmund were left to bitterly regret not making the most of their first half chances. Of course, you saw the chances that fell to Karim Adeyemi, Niklas Füllkrug. Unfortunately, they were not able to take advantage of those chances. Not slim at all. And then Madrid, you know, the fantastic thing about Madrid is they're not so, what's the word now? Not in any way to underrate their performance or what they bring to the table, but there's nothing so wow, so spectacular about what they play or how they play. But unfortunately, you cannot contend with their luck. You cannot contend with their fortune. And that was exactly what happened. The little chances they get, they take advantage of it. And that is why they are the most elite club in the competition's history. Like I told you, Cavajal, Cruz Nacho, and Luka Modric joined Real legend Paco Gento as the only in 2024 as well. A record number of more than 2,500 stewards were in place at Wembley, where the authorities came to avoid a repeat of the violent scenes that marred the Euro 2020 finals 3 years ago, when ticketless fans stunned the stunned styles. And it was absolutely beautiful to see. Congratulations to Jude Bellingham, who's now won his first Champions League trophy. Last season, he did play for Borussia Dortmund, but then again, this season, he moves to Real Madrid and gets to the Champions League final, and luck, fortune, fate, whatever you want to call it, has smiled on him for his very first. Even with the array of stars that they have at the moment, of course, you know, it is a deal that is almost 99% done. Kylian Mbappe coming to Real Madrid, and you wonder, what exactly are you guys planning? You don't want any other person to win a trophy in Europe? Because, I mean, with all that you have, at this point, I think Real Madrid should now be classified as a terrorist organization. But then again, that is on the lighter note. Well, we have the Euros coming up, and there's been a lot of talk, especially in the camp of the Three Lions, where there's been a lot of expectations with regards to the fitness of Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw and a couple of other players there that we expect to be a part of that one. We hear that Gareth Southgate has given Jude Bellingham 10 days rest ahead of the Euros, which starts in just a couple of days, June 14 in Germany, to be precise. So before we talk about that, let's go to Uyo right now, where the camp of the Super Eagles, of course, has been open throughout the weekend. First, of course, to arrive were all of the three players from the local league, Sadiq Ismail from Remo Stars, Kenneth Iboke from Rangers, and of course, Olorunleke Ojo from Aimba International. Now, in the aftermath of that, we have most of the foreign-based stars who have now, of course, joined the team, and they did have their first training session earlier over the weekend. And ahead of that crucial 2026 World Cup qualifiers against South Africa and Benin Republic, they had their first full training session on Sunday as more invited players arrived in camp. Well, headlining Coach Finidi George's invited 23-man squad is the return of Maduka Okoye. Yes, you did see a picture of the big man Stanley Nwabali, who of course was phenomenal during the AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire. Now, lots of people are asking, one of the questions that was asked Finidi George with regards to the position of Stanley Nwabali, and I think it would be normal for Stanley Nwabali to retain his shirt as the first choice goalkeeper of the Super Eagles. He has done quite enough in such a short time to earn that starting berth. Yes, Maduka Okoye did have a fantastic season with Udinese in Italy, but then again, Stanley Nwabali has obviously won the heart of the Super Eagles team and Super Eagles fans as well. Well, the team's camp officially opened on Friday in Uyo, with the Eagles lodged at the Ibom Golf Resort Hotel, the same base they used during their successful qualification for the 2018 World Cup. Like I told you, a Nigeria Premier Football League trial, Sadiq Ismail, Kenneth Oboke, and of course, Tanzania-based Benjamin Tanimu, Ibrahim Olaoyi, Chipa United goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali, Wilfred Ndidi, who has been in the country for a while, and Fisayo Dele Bashiru were the early bets in camp. AC Milan forward Samuel Chukwueze, this one is actually good news because we heard he had a couple of issues with fitness, but he was available in camp. The 24-year-old picked up an injury during the Rossoneri Serie A fixture against Cagliari on the 11th of May. Subsequently, he missed Milan's last two Serie A games against Torino and Salernitana. Well, early Sunday morning, we witnessed the arrival of Bayer Leverkusen forward Victor Boniface and Club Brugge midfielder Rafael Oyedika, bringing the total to 13 players. And, well, as at the last we checked, 15 players took part in the evening training sessions on Monday. we expect more to arrive later on today. We're currently third in Group C with 2 points from 2 matches, trailing leaders Rwanda by 2 points and South Africa by 1. The group winner after 10 matches to qualify for the 2026 World Cup hosted by USA, Canada, and Mexico. Now, interesting scenes over the weekend in the Nigeria Professional Football League. League leaders Enugu Rangers were held to a goalless draw by Sporting Lagos in a match day 34 of the Nigeria Premier Football League. This happened in the Mobolaji Johnson Arena in Lagos. I think that was a really good result for the Flying Antelopes. It was a crucial game, the center of attraction for fans yesterday, thanks to the title contention of Rangers and Sporting Lagos' survival battle, and it was broadcast live on Star Times as well. Well, despite enjoying a fair share of the possession and having more shots on target, the Flying Antelopes couldn't breach the host defense and allowing their challengers Eyimba, who beat Rivers United 4-1. It was actually a beautiful match right there at the Eyimba Stadium in Aba, 4-1 between Eyimba and Rivers United. And of course, Remo Stars, the other club that's putting a lot of pressure on Enugu Rangers, won against Kano Pillars by 2-1. Well, a couple of chances created in the game between Rangers and Eyimba and Sporting Lagos, I beg your pardon, but unfortunately, we could not see a goal in that particular one. Well, Rangers remain top of the table with 61 points after the goalless draw, and they are closely followed by reigning champions Eyimba on 59 and Remo Stars on the same number of points as well. Well, Sporting Lagos is actually really terrible for them, because if Aqua United beats Heartland today, Sporting Lagos will go down to the relegation zone. So they remain invincible at home for the Upton time this season, but their hopes of escaping relegation is hanging in the balance as well. As you can see, Sporting Lagos on number 16, just a point above the drop zone. And of course, Aqua United with just 40 points. If they get victory against the Naze Millionaires later on today, well, they would be moving out of the relegation zone, and that will see Sporting Lagos now go down to the drop zone. Well, officially, Gombe United are the first to be relegated from the 2023-2024 season of the Nigeria Premier Football League. And that's the updates from match day 34. Now, let's go to Aba and look at what happened exactly. Chijioke Mboma has now 14 goals. Together with Sikiru Alimi of Remo Stars. Well, Elijah Akani scored a brace, and Chijioke Mboma also with a goal there, running riot in the contention for their 10th MPFL title. Well, elsewhere in Gombe, Sunshine Stars took a leap out of the relegation waters with a 2-0 win over their host, condemning the Savannah Warriors as their first side to be officially relegated this season. Bayelsa United continue to strive for safety with a heavy 3-2 win over Plateau United in Yenagoa, leaving Kwara United and Niger Tornadoes unsafe in the relegation battle after both teams played out a 1-1 draw in Kaduna. The last match of match day 34 is now going to be between Aqua United and Heartland of Owerri. It's happening in Uyo at the same, of course, stadium where the Super Eagles are training for their World Cup qualifiers, the international stadium there in Uyo. Keep our fingers crossed and see how that all pans out for the Promise Keepers and the Naze Millionaires. Well, we have news regarding the Falconets, who are getting ready for the Under-20 Women's World Cup at the moment. And they would know their group opponents come Wednesday. The Nigeria Under-20 Women's team, the Falconets, will know their FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup group opponents later on Wednesday. The draw taking place in Bogota, Colombia, will see the 24 qualified teams divided into 6 groups of 4 teams each for the final competition. Falconets, who have qualified for every edition of the competition and have been runners-up twice, losing to Germany on both occasions in 2010 and in 2014, secured a place in the tournament to be staged in Colombia from Saturday, August 31st to Sunday, September 22nd this year, alongside other African countries. We have Ghana, we have Cameroon, and we have Morocco as well. Well, the other qualified nations, we have Argentina, Australia, Austria, Brazil, Cameroon, Canada. Colombia is the host country. We have Costa Rica, Fiji, Ireland, France, Germany, Germany, Ghana, Japan, Korea, the DPR, Korea Republic, Mexico, Morocco, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Nigeria, Paraguay, Spain, and of course USA and Venezuela. The tournament is set to return 2 years after the 2022 edition was won by Spain. Well, some interesting things have been happening in France, and we're moving away from Jogo Bonito, the beautiful game of football, now to yet another, or perhaps even more beautiful game, the game of tennis, where we have the Grand Slam happening in Roland Garros at the moment. Well, all of the big boys, well, we haven't had any upsets so far. Carlos Alcaraz is still very much involved. I thought Yannick Sinner was going to be making his exit out of the competition last night, but unfortunately, he proved why he is one of the best at the moment. He proved exactly why he is the only man to have won a Grand Slam this season. And of course, well, we had Carlos Alcaraz producing his best display of the tournament to line up a quarterfinal rematch with Stefano Tsitsipas at the French Open, while Iga Swiatek ramped up her bid for a third successive Roland Garros title with a 40-minute bliss on Sunday. Now, that match for Iga Swiatek, it was absolutely embarrassing, if you ask me. Yes, we know you are the very best, but why do you have to make it look so easy? I'm going to get to that result in just a moment. Well, Alcaraz had a 6-3, 6-3, 6-1 win over Canadian 21st seed Felix Auger-Aliassime, suggesting that he is rounding his top form, sending an ominous signal to his rivals as he made the last 8 for the third year in succession. And of course, he said, I'm really happy with my performance. I think I played a really high level of tennis coming from Alcaraz, who was beaten by eventual champion Novak Djokovic in the semifinals last year. Well, Alcaraz moves on to play Tsitsipas after the 2021 Roland Garros runner-up fended off Italy's Matteo Aldini 3-6, 7-6, 6-2, 6-2. Now, second seed Yannick Sinner dropped his first set of the tournament, but recovered to end French interest. I mean, it's not really easy when you beat someone who is a home player, because I mean, Corentin Moutet is from France, so it's not easy beating him in front of his friends and family, if I may. Yes, he did take the first set 6-2, but somehow Yannick Sinner managed to get back, won the second set, won the third, and won the fourth as well. 2-6, 6-3, 6-2, 6-1. It ended in the ninth match. Now, Sinner, who has only lost 2 matches this year, will replace Djokovic as world number 1 if he reaches the final, steadied himself to nullify the threat of 79 ranked Moutet. Well, Sinner would next face Grigor Dimitrov, who defeated Hubert Hurkacz in straight sets to complete a Grand Slam quarterfinal. Well, talking about Iga Swiatek, I mean, we haven't seen this in quite a while. World number 1, Iga Swiatek demolished Russia's Anastasia Potapova 6-love, dropping 10 points in the shortest completed match of her career. It's not every day that you see that. I mean, her opponent couldn't even win a single game. 40 minutes. That was all it took Iga Swiatek to dispatch her opponent. It doesn't, I mean, this is not the level of competition we expect at a Grand Slam. But that was exactly the kind of impeccable performance that we saw from Iga Swiatek, who saved a match point against Naomi Osaka in the second round, and of course is a red-hot favorite to win the title this season. She next plays Wimbledon champion Maketa Vondrousova, the 5th seed who ended the run of Serbian qualifier Olga Danilovic in straight sets. US Open champion Coco Gauff made light work of Elisabetta Coccarietto, swooping past the world number 51 from Italy 6-1, 6-2. Well, the American advances to a quarterfinal with 3-time Grand Slam finalist Ons Jabeur from Tunisia, who beat Denmark's Clara Thorsen 6-4, 6-4. So it's match day 9 today in the French Open. Novak Djokovic is in action if you want to watch. out for that particular one. And, well, I did tell you that there's news emanating from the camp of the Three Lions as we get set for Euro 2024. And it is that Gareth Southgate is encouraged by the progress of Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw as the injured England defenders aim to prove their fitness for the Euro 2024. Well, this, of course, remain key figures in the Three Lions setup. And Manchester United FA Cup final goal scorer Kobe Mino and Manchester City duo Kyle Walker and Phil Foden are yet to link up with the squad. Real Madrid star Jude Bellingham will also be another late arrival. I told you that his coach has given him 10 days to cool off, to chill off, whatever you want to call it, after that heroic triumph against Borussia Dortmund right there in the Champions League final. England, one of the leading contenders to win the Euros, kick off the campaign against Serbia right there on June 16 before facing Denmark and Slovenia in their other group fixtures. Well, talking about news emanating from mainland Europe with regards to transfers, well, let's inform you that Sevilla have now gotten a new coach. And, well, let's look at what the papers say in mainland Europe this morning with regards to speculations, transfers, who is going where and who is staying. We hear, I mean, this is terrible news for fans of Manchester United. Bayern Munich want to sign Bruno Fernandes, Jadon Sancho, and Jadon Sancho could again play for Manchester United, and Victor Osimhen waits an Arsenal offer. Well, Bayern Munich have made an offer, an approach rather, on signing Portugal midfielder Bruno Fernandes from Manchester United. Jadon Sancho is ready to go back to Manchester United following the England winger's loan spell at Borussia Dortmund, but only if Eric Ten Hag leaves this summer, which is very unlikely. A Napoli striker and, of course, Nigeria striker Victor Osimhen is waiting for an offer from Arsenal or Saudi Arabia. Well, could it be that he is unhappy at Napoli? Let's see what happens there. Former Manchester United boss Sir Alex Ferguson has met with Crystal Palace sporting director Dougie Freedman in London to explore their position on the possibility of selling England defender Mike Guehi, England midfielder Eberechi Eze, and France under 21 winger Michael Olise this summer. Well, lastly, Belgium midfielder Kevin De Bruyne, who turns 73 later this month, is expected to receive offers to leave Manchester City this summer. Well, as long as there's the rising of the sun and the setting of the same, there would always be a time to go and a time to come. And right about now, this is where the cookie crumbles on this morning's edition of Rapid Sports, because he who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. Ugochukwu Madamere is my name. Thank you for being there, and the Breakfast Show continues in just a moment.
All right. It is, I don't want to say holiday. A lot of persons are home, so we thought that we should give you great songs. I mean, enjoy lots of music this beautiful morning. But I mean, to say apologies, we couldn't bring you Eastern Cycle this morning, but definitely Eastern Cycle should come tomorrow morning. All right. So, but then we had to replace that with some great songs. How is your Monday morning going? I am very sure that you're trying to find out if your organization is going to be a part of the strike, and
well, if it is a government organization, I mean,
definitely you have to be a part of it.
It's a no-brainer. Labor seems to be serious, but I would wait to see what happens, at least for the duration of the week. Let's see how determined they are, because there's always been situations like this where they say, oh, there's going to be a lockdown, industrial action, blah, 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 blah. And then 24 hours later, you hear that, oh, there's been a meeting and that some compromises have been reached and all of that and all of that. Yeah.
You do remember the last time Labour was to have a strike, and I did tell you that, oh, it's not going to cross the next day. You doubted me, and you saw it for yourself. Right? Okay, so this time around, I am not going to tell you that everything is going to fall today. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to be that insensitive. But I am going to be very realistic. 494,000 naira. Was it George Akume or so? Someone was in an interview was saying that what the labor is demanding isn't a bad thing, isn't a bad, it's nothing bad at all. But then he said that it is not going to be sustainable. So my question to labor will be, do you want what is not sustainable? Do you want what is sustainable? You have to put your priorities straight. Because if the government say, okay, fine, let's do 494, as you say, right? How long do you think that they will be able to pay that?
But fuel price moved from 200, I'll be 180 to 700, and it has been sustainable.
No. It has been sustainable because
Oh my God.
Nigerians are very resilient people. No matter how terrible things are, you always see that person who's in the club throwing money.
What if they have gotten to that point where they cannot take it anymore? Now, in terms of the realization of what labor is demanding for, both of us know that that is never going to happen. But I think I may know the method or whatever labor is trying to do here. So you remember sometimes when you go to the market.
So now reduce it to 150.
I mean, that would be a more realistic price, a more realistic wage fee, or even 100. 100 would not be so bad. So you remember when you go to the market, if the vendor tells you 10K, it's only if you are some of those mothers that you go all the way down to 1,000 naira.
Ugochukwu, I've seen you price before. So when they tell Ugochukwu 10,000, go say, Oga, is it not 1-2? You start from 1-2. How can someone tell you 10,000? You're telling the person 1,200.
Okay, but why will you tell me 10K when I very much know the value of the product?
Oh, you know the value, and you think the price is not commensurate to the value.
So I think what labor is trying to do is, go for something really high, so that eventually, as we are doing the bargaining, as we're on the negotiation table, we're having all of these meetings, it will get to something that is a bit more respectable for the Nigerian worker. So something in the range of 100 or 150, like you said, would not be bad.
Okay. Now, let's now come back to the real issues, which, as our last week, we're trying to have that conversation, but then the network took us away from Mr. Chimobi, which is still where I stand on. Let's say you get the money to 150. Now, what value would that money be when you have to go to the market? And I heard a tuber of yam is 4,000 naira. And then you have 3 kids, for example, or 4 kids, for example. And then you have 150 that you earn. And then you have to buy a tuber of yam for 4,000 or 3,500 if you're a good price person. Now, you wouldn't just go to the market to buy 1 tuber of yam. You probably want to buy like 5 tubers. You've 4 or 3,500 in 4 places. That's how much gone already. Your transportation to work, if you don't have a bus to take you to work, your transportation to work, the daily upkeep for the house. You have a wife, she needs to make her hair, especially if she's not working. So now, looking at the price of things in the market, looking at the high inflation and everything, 150 will still not be sustainable for the average Nigerian worker who goes to work every day and has to survive. What I am still agitating for, which I think that the labor should try as much as possible to, I think they should bend their lens a bit. Look at the real issues on ground. Money.
So for instance,
too much money is not bad.
So
I love money.
What do you think are the issues?
The issue is on ground is that
what now? I mean, because those issues that you think should be tackled,
yes,
is it the role of labor to tackle those issues?
No, it's the role of the government.
Exactly. So it is what falls within the purview of labor to handle. And what is that? Agitation for the welfare of Nigerian workers. That is what falls to the table of the NLC.
Do you know how many times Labour is always asking for increase?
And the argument, you make a very good argument. Why not improve the standard of living? Why not make inflation rate better? Why not do this? Why not do that? I mean, it's going to give Nigerians purchasing power. Yeah, you could go to the market and you could get more things even with the little money that you have. But then again, you have to look at the progression of these things in the last couple of years. Prices of goods and services have increased, inflation has increased, and income has remained the same. So even if it's going to take a while before all of these issues are addressed, can we have income that is commensurate to the economic situation? I think that is what Labour is talking about.
494. No problem.
That is a good bargaining point.
By 4 p.m. today, we will know how sustainable the strike is going to be.
I mean, already the word has gone out.
Of course. It has been out since weeks now.
I saw a tweet, I think it was the NLC headquarters or something, talking about how victory doesn't come without struggle. And when unions start making quotes like that, that tells you they're really in for the long haul. They're really to give it whatever it takes and do whatever that it demands for their voices to be heard.
Badamwa. Okay, let's now go to Abia State, where something is happening. So it was, I think this is not a fresh story. It's actually not a fresh story. It is one of those stories that when they come out at first, you try to watch to see, okay, what's really going on. And maybe because the two persons involved are not really, a lot of people want to have their own opinion. Oh, why did you do this? Why did you not do this? Okay, so two girls have been missing, Celine and Afiba. One is a Ghanaian, one is a Nigerian, and presently the brother and sister of Afiba are in Nigeria. They're in Abuja, trying to see how they can find their sisters. These are the two ladies. It's been a month plus now. And when this story first came out, we didn't want to talk so much because there was nothing much to talk about regarding. It was just that they were missing, and they went to visit an Andrew that they met on Facebook. So it's not, both of them didn't meet this man on Facebook. Okay, one met the man. And so he said, okay, you can come with your friends. Anyway, we're not going to talk, so we're just going to share some of the videos because thank God, luckily enough, Harrison, who is an activist as well, has been following up the case because it was discovered that if not, it would just be swept under the carpets. These girls are still missing. And then upon further investigation, it was discovered that they are not the only girls that are victims of this man. So let's first of all start with when these girls were leaving, or rather when Andrew was in, there's a video when Andrew was inviting the girls, telling her on a video that he sent to them that, oh, you can come with your friend. If you don't want to come alone, you can come with your friend. So this is a video of Harrison trying to explain the situation of things. Let's listen.
Good evening. I've been getting messages from, lots of people asking me what's the update on this matter. Currently, the update is that they are yet to be found. Celine and her friend are yet to be found.
Hi, Celine. How are you? How you been? How was your trip? How was your journey? You have to bring your friend. I see I live now. I'm in Aba now. I live in Aba. I've got a new office here. I live in this great big mansion. Got 6 bedrooms. So let's talk before, not this weekend, come next weekend, okay? Send you some money. Just get a taxi, an Uber, a Bolt. It's costing about maybe 50,000 to come here, okay? So yeah, come spend 2 nights with your friend. We'll have a bit of fun. We'll sort of go out and have some food, okay? Yeah, I've got a beautiful, beautiful house now. Absolutely beautiful. It's even better than my other place. Okay? Alright, girl. You take care. Bye.
Amaka, it's me, Andrew. Sorry, we didn't do the video call last night.
Till now, the two friends have not been found. They have not been found till now. This case is reported in Abia State, later transferred to kidnapping in Aba, later transferred to, Umuahia. Then the case is transferred to Abuja. And till now, these two friends have not been found. Till now, they have not been found. This man has refused to confess to the whereabouts of these two friends, and that is just it. The families are worried. Everybody is worried. Their friends, everybody is worried about this. And the victims, his previous victims, are coming out and they are saying that this is what this man did to us. And let's see what happens.
So, for those who might be saying, oh, did the girls actually leave? Did they actually travel? Yes, they did. Because in this next video you're about to see, these girls actually got into the vehicle where they were even telling the video they sent to their friends that, oh, they're about leaving. So let's check out this video.
Bye, baby. Bye. Sally. Bye. Mama Celine.
Yes, they actually did leave. Now, there's another video where the girls also sent to their friends where in the message, they said that the man has kept them trapped. I think we have that video somewhere where they sent to their friend while they got to the house, but then they felt like something was not right. So this is the other video where they felt trapped in the house. All right, so now this is not just all, okay, because something strange happened. Now, you have been able to identify a potential, or rather
A suspect.
And different reports are coming out, but then the later thing we hear is that the man is dead.
This Andrew guy.
Yes. And so a few days ago, Harrison had to give an update as to what really happened. He said he was shot he was trying to escape with his car. Now, the story is not complete. That's why I think that we have to connect with someone from Abia State, hopefully tomorrow or Wednesday, to give us a full detail, because the case was being transferred to Abuja. And then the next thing we hear is that he's been killed. Now, let's get to see this other video where Harrison was explaining what happened.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Harrison Gwamnishu. I just left from the police office in Abuja, and why I was scared, why I posted my location was because, before I left Delta with the victim to Abuja, I was threatened, one, and I got a call and information that Andrew Ochekwo, the man who kidnapped, the two girls, the two friends, was killed. And it is confirmed that the man is dead currently, and the story long. They said the man was escaped from the police. Police were bringing him from. This case was reported in Aba, kidnapping office in Aba, Umuahia. Then, because the man was living large while in the police custody in Aba, the petition was filed to the IG office for case transfer. This case was approved, and the police from Abuja went to Aba to pick up the case file. And they said when they pick up the case file and the suspect, they took him We were taking him to Abuja. And something happened. The man tried to escape. And some vigilante or something, they shot the man and they killed the man. The people who killed the man are in police custody. So now, this man cannot even tell us where Celine and Afiba are currently. The story long where. The story long where. Nigeria, I hate thee.
This is the point where we say, I think that national anthem is very timely. So that anything that happens, we just say, Nigeria,
we hail thee.
Because the truth is this, I'm still trying to understand how the main person you need to answer certain questions regarding the missing girls, and the next thing you come out is the person is dead. He was shot while trying to escape. Are you actually trying to find the girls?
So what this actually means is that the security agencies have hit a dead end, as it were, with regards to the investigation, because as far as we know, this is the only suspects that they have with regards to this case. Now, if they have any other lead or any other angle to this particular case, we are not privy to that information, unless there are some things that they have kept to themselves and are not making open to the public. But this, I believe, is a case that, I mean, should have been followed very, very carefully, especially since this is the only person that you can hold accountable to say, okay, this is what happened to the girls, or this is not what happened. How do you hold him responsible? And the story is that he did not confess, when it is very evident that he sent out an invitation to these ladies. Okay, the boat, I mean, all of these things can be investigated. The Uber or the taxi that they ordered to the place, you should have found the driver that took them
They
there
even sent you
to
sent out
confirm
videos.
that, okay, Mr. Driver, did you pick up these two girls from so and so location and drop them at so and so location? If that tells you yes, I mean, we're not the ones who are going to tell you how to do your job. But at this point that, okay, the lead suspect is not available, what does it mean? Does it mean that these girls are never going to find justice? Or like, what does it mean exactly?
This is not even about justice. This is about, let us even find the girls. Now, the big question here that I would like to ask is, what are they trying to hide? I mean, it's a difficult question, but we have to ask it. What are they trying to hide in the case of Celine and Afiba? Because there are allegations that Andrew was a member of a organ harvesting syndicate, which is called the Black Sheep. They have their social handle. It poses as a business. Now, this is his social media handle. He poses as a person who can give people job. With all the glamorous living. And so when an account like this messages you and probably promises you things and invites you over, gullible people will fall for it. Now, different victims have been coming out to say that, oh, thank God for this. This was what happened. This is what he did to them. They accused him of rape and the likes, right? The question now is, what are they trying to hide? Why is it
that if there were actually victims who suffered at the hands of this man, why did they not come forward at the time that the events happened to call him out and to make it public knowledge? Oh, guys or girls, be careful of so and so person that goes by so and so name. He's not all that he appears to be.
The world is not black and white.
I mean, but now we have two girls who are unaccounted for, who we do not know their whereabouts, who, for as much as we know, could no longer even be with us.
It is not easy for a woman who has been raped to come out and tell you that she was raped.
But then again, in this case, it would have helped us to nip whatever that was going to unfold.
And this is why these victims have been speaking to Harrison. And the thing now is, the Abia State government, the Abia State police need to really, because that very house, from what we learned, is actually in Abia State, is in Aba. That very house, you could see from the video where he said, oh, this is my house in Aba. So there are people who know the address, and that's why Harrison has been pleading that You guys know this place. Why are you guys covering this thing up? What are you quiet about? What are you afraid of? Whatever it is, come out, because the most important thing is, if the girls are dead or alive, it is best for their family members to know what exactly is going on with them. If they are alive, then it's good. Let them find a way to rescue them. If they are dead, let them take their body and just do the proper thing. It is no parent like to hear that they can't find their child, and you don't even know what exactly is going on with the child. This is not a time for you to say, "Oh, why did they travel to see some man?" It's not a time for you to do all of that. And I would say this, as ladies, you need to be, not even just as a person, you need to be very careful. It is not every invite. I mean, in this time and age, I thought that by now we would be wary of going out to see people we meet online. We have had several cases of women being killed just by going to see a social media friend. If you want to see a social media friend, let it be in a public place, in a daytime, when you both have become very familiarized. Maybe then and then you could try anything else. But let no man invite you over, send you money to go see him. Please and please.
Yes, you say it's not the time to have that kind of conversation, but I think it is very much the time to lay emphasis on the consequences of when you're not careful, like you said, and when you're not really conscious about decency, not just as a lady, but basically for everyone. Because the question you asked about, someone who is molested, why they're not really eager to come out and talk about it. But then again, it raises a lot of questions as to why you would go to visit someone in his home, and then there's even a conversation about bringing your friend to come and have fun. I don't understand. Did you not play as a child? What are you? I mean, all of this thing. We are adults, and I believe we know what we're doing. So I mean, as a young lady, there's a lot of talk these days about the need for you to live a decent life, and there's an adage. I don't know if it applies in English as well, that the ocean does not swallow the leg of the person that it doesn't see, and that's exactly what it is. So are there lessons that could be taken? I believe so. Are there people who should take these lessons? Absolutely yes.
Anyway, yes, we just hope that we'll be able to bring you an interview from Abia State. If we're able to get Harrison, fine, we will. But if we're able to get one of the security agencies or whether the police are on this case, then possibly we'll have the conversation, because we need to know. I mean, the brothers of Afiba, they are in town. So what do you have to tell them? What is going to be the explanation that the only suspect that you had is dead? And why are people not talking about the house? Point the house. Someone said something and said, why is even that house still standing? That they should have probably demolished the house. Maybe you will find these girls, their body in the house. That's what someone was even saying.
Well, if the investigation has led to the possibility of those girls being there, I'm sure the security agencies would have done the needful.
Does it have to be an investigation that will lead to that? That house, if you
So
know
what if
where
they
the
are-
house is,
what if they are
then you
not
should
there?
have been in the house by now. I mean, this is not a time for you to say what if not. It's a time for you to explore, open all your options. I mean, we have the lives of two girls, so I think you're authorized to do anything you want to do. It's part of your function.
Within the ambits of the law, of course.
It is within the ambit of the law. So killing your only son, is it within the ambit of the law?
Well, then
Absolutely
again,
not.
we can't tell the security agencies how to do their jobs.
Well, we are only recommending because lives are here. We just hope that this does not affect our diplomatic relationship with Ghana. I mean, because it will begin to look like, I mean, these are the kind of things that happen, and you say, oh, our people are not safe over there. And so if it's discovered that we are not attending to the situation as important as it is, then it's going to be assumed that, oh, these people are not even serious about our citizen that came to their country and went missing. So these are the little things. It grows as a seed, and we do not want that kind of seed to be grown right here in Nigeria. Anyway, that's the much we can take. No, we need to end the show on a very good note. Very good note is that Rupert Murdoch, about 90, got married again. Let's have that picture. A media mogul, a media tycoon, got married again to his 67-year-old wife. I mean, who says you cannot find love and companionship at any age? Congratulations to them. Why are you blushing, Ugochukwu?
I mean, I'm so happy for him.
Yeah. Let us also remind you that this is his 5th wedding. He's been married.
Hopefully, it's going to be his last.
Hopefully, it's going to be the last. I mean, of course, it would be the last. I mean, it would be the last. What?
Oh my God.
What?
Okay. Why are you so certain? Why are you so certain? Who says the script cannot be rewritten that at 120 he decides to go for yet another wife?
With long life, will the Maker satisfy him and show him his righteousness. All right, guys, thank you so much for staying with us from 7 till this time. We do hope that you've had a great morning filled with so much positivity and beauty in everything you do. Try as much as possible to take care of yourself and be very mindful of the things you do. I will always tell you one thing: people defend nothing more violently than the pretense they live by. My name is Cynthia Agbo. Do not forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit our website on
www.arabianradiotv.com. Kochukwu Madimir is my name. Adios.